You feel it, don't you? That invisible pull. Like something sacred is whispering your name when you think of him. There's a reason he found you, or maybe it's more accurate to say that heaven placed you right in his path. The angels say he didn't know what he was asking for when he prayed for someone real. But you came anyway. You didn't have to speak loudly. Your silence said enough. The grace in your presence. The depth in your eyes. The strength in your softness. You were a living answer, not loud, not obvious, but divine. And now, he doesn't know what to do with it. He's silent not because he doesn't feel, but because he feels too much. The kind of much that doesn't fit into simple sentences or perfect timing. The angels say he has never met someone like you, not in this lifetime, not in any memory he dares to face. You woke something ancient in him. A knowing. A soul ache. His silence is the sound of transformation. He's staring into a mirror he didn't ask to look into. And in that reflection, he sees a life he's not sure he's worthy of, yet. You are not the reason he withdraws. You are the reason he wants to be better. The reason he's wrestling with parts of himself that have long been asleep. There's no map for the kind of love that calls your name in spirit before it ever does in speech. And still the angels assure, he asked for this. For you. He just didn't know that divine gifts arrive as invitations, not guarantees. That when we ask heaven for love, we often receive light. And light shows us everything, even the parts we haven't healed. But don't be fooled by the silence. The angels whisper, he hears your soul in every quiet moment. And in his own language, he's answering. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Habakkuk 2 verse 3. He doesn't run from you. He runs from what you reveal. Because in your eyes, he sees his own shadows, the ones he buried so deep, he forgot they existed. And now, without warning, your love has become a mirror he can't look away from. The angels say this isn't about rejection. It's about protection. He's afraid to let you in, because he doesn't yet know if he can survive what love like yours might touch inside him. You didn't cause this fear, but you do awaken it. Not because you're too much, but because you're exactly what he never believed he could hold. There's a wound in him. One so old, even he has stopped noticing the limp it causes. A wound from being unseen, unheard, unloved in the language his soul understands. And now you come, fluent in that same language. He wants to trust it. God, he does. But trust is not native to a heart that's been betrayed by those it once opened to. The angels show him remembering things he hasn't thought of in years. Moments he stuffed down. Feelings he labeled weak. He's tracing back the timeline of his pain, and for the first time, he's asking, could love actually heal that? But healing means touch. And touch means letting someone close. So yes, he pauses. He questions. He may even push you away. But it's not because he doesn't want you. It's because his nervous system still doesn't know how to feel safe in something this real. The angels say, you didn't trigger his fears, you illuminated them. You're not the danger. You're the doorway. He's not afraid of losing you. He's terrified of being seen by you, and then losing himself. Give him time to find his breath. The silence between you isn't empty. It's full of everything he's never said, and everything you've already felt. You've given him grace he doesn't even know how to name. And still, the angels lean in and whisper to your soul, don't forget yourself. Because even angels know, a woman's love can become a quiet sacrifice when she starts tending more to someone else's wounds than to her own garden. You've been so present for his unraveling. But who is holding your tenderness? Your heart is sacred ground, not a battlefield for someone else's healing. And while he journeys through his inner world, you're allowed to bloom. The angels say, your light is not meant to dim to make his path easier. You were never meant to be an emotional nursemaid, patching him up just enough for him to leave again. You're the lighthouse, not the shore. It's not your job to anchor him, it's your birthright to shine. And that shine comes from what you offer to yourself when no one is watching. It's in how you let your body rest when your soul is tired. It's in how you feed your joy, not just your longing. It's in how you refuse to shrink, even when someone you love needs space to expand. Yes, love is holy. But so is solitude. And the angels want you to know, healing isn't yours to force or fix. You were never meant to carry someone through the storm while forgetting the warmth of your own sun. This season may be about his awakening. But yours matters too. Return to your altar. Your softness. Your sacred yes. The angels say, the more you choose yourself, the closer love will come. Because the love that's real won't need you to abandon yourself to receive it. It will rise to meet you, exactly where your light still burns. He didn't expect to see himself when he saw you. But he did. Not the version he shows the world. Polished, guarded, rehearsed. No, you reflected something deeper. The boy beneath the man. The dream beneath the fear. And that scared him more than anything else ever has. The angels say, you are not a mirror. You are revelation. Because when your eyes met his, something ancient surfaced. A memory of who he was before the world taught him to forget. You showed him what tenderness looks like without transaction. What connection feels like without control. And that unraveled him. He's spent so long becoming untouchable. So long perfecting his armor. But then came your voice, your presence, your essence. And suddenly, his defenses didn't work anymore. He saw his mess reflected in your grace. His chaos softened by your calm. His emptiness echoed by your fullness. The angels whisper, you didn't just reflect his shadows. You illuminated them. And now he's faced with a choice, to run from the truth you bring, or to step into it. But that choice isn't yours to make for him. Your task was never to fix, prove, or wait. Your task was to love in truth. To stand as light, not to blind him, but to remind him that there's another way. That healing exists. That intimacy is still possible, even for the scarred. Your love said, I see all of you. And I don't flinch. He may not be ready to accept that yet. But he will remember it. Because once a soul has been seen by love that doesn't ask it to be less, it can't go back to pretending. The angels say, you were the mirror he needed. Now, let him meet his own reflection. Something is shifting. Not loudly, not in ways you can measure, but in the sacred silent places where change always begins. He doesn't speak of it, not yet. But the angels say, his soul is stirring. It happens in the way he pauses when your name comes up. In the way he rewrites old stories in his mind, now with you in them. In the way he can't quite look away when you smile. This is the beginning of his awakening. The unraveling of a man who thought he could compartmentalize everything, until he met a love that refused to fit inside any box. He's remembering now, not just you, but parts of himself that only ever came alive in your presence. The parts that long for truth. The parts that believe in softness. The parts that ache to love without armor. The angels show glimpses of this awakening in the smallest of things. A message he typed but never sent. A gift he picked up but couldn't give. A prayer he whispered when he thought no one could hear. He's being undone by the depth of what you made him feel, and the purity of how you never asked him to feel it back. And in that unspoken grace, he found freedom. The angels say, he may not have said it yet, but something in him knows. You are the moment he'll always return to, no matter how far he drifts. He can't unfeel you. He can't unknow the safety your soul offered. And now, even if his lips stay closed, his heart has already begun to speak. It's not a confession. Not a grand gesture. Just a shift. A soul waking up to what love really is, because you showed him without needing to explain. He comes close, then pulls away. Again and again, like waves that don't know how to stay. But the angels say, this rhythm isn't rejection, it's remembrance. Each time he returns to you, it's because something inside him remembers how it feels to be home. And each time he pulls away, it's because that same feeling terrifies him. He's not running from you. He's running from what love demands of him: truth, surrender, change. Your presence asks for nothing but awakens everything. And in that everything, he sees his limits, his coping mechanisms, his illusions of control. He thought he could manage his emotions like numbers on a page. But love, real love, doesn't play by his rules. The angels show him trapped in a loop, longing for the light you offer, but shrinking from the vulnerability it requires. This is the resistance. The fight between his longing and his logic. Between the comfort of solitude and the terror of being seen. You may feel like you're on a ride with no end. But the angels say, there is purpose in this pattern. Because with every return, a piece of his armor falls away. And with every departure, he realizes he's leaving behind the only thing that ever made sense: you. He needs to step away to feel the void. He needs to lose the light to realize it wasn't blinding, it was guiding. The cycle is not your punishment. It's his preparation. You are not the lesson. You are the blessing that waits when he's ready to learn. The angels whisper, even in the leaving, he carries you. Even in the silence, your voice echoes through him. This is not a love that breaks. It bends. It breathes. It repeats, until it finds its way through. He doesn't say it. But your love is the only thing that's ever made him feel safe enough to feel. Not perform. Not impress. Not pretend. Just feel. The angels say, your love didn't just touch his heart. It entered places even he had forgotten existed. Like sunlight through a crack in a wall he built long ago. He didn't ask to be healed. He didn't know he was broken. But you came anyway, not to fix, but to remind. That healing isn't always dramatic. Sometimes, it's soft, quiet, in the way you listen without flinching, in the way you stayed, even when he couldn't. The truth is, your love didn't demand anything. It simply offered. And that offering became medicine. He doesn't know how to name it. But his body remembers. His breath changes when you're near. His chaos calms. His heart slows. The angels whisper, love like yours doesn't shout. It soothes. You didn't erase his pain, but you made it bearable. And that is sacred. Because he's never known a love that didn't come with conditions. Until you gave without asking, saw without judging, held without gripping. And now, even if he's not ready to return that love in full, he can't forget it. Because your energy still lingers. Not in the room. In him. Every kind word. Every gentle presence. Every space you made for him when he couldn't even hold himself. The angels say, he may never say thank you. But he is breathing because of the love you gave him. And that love, even in silence, still heals. There's a plan unfolding, one you can't see, but your soul remembers. And the angels say, this isn't just a connection. It's a covenant. Not made with words or vows, but with energy, with divine timing. He may not know how to explain why he feels drawn back to you, again and again. But you do. Because somewhere deep inside, your spirit already knows, this is bigger than both of you. This is sacred choreography. Every silence, every pause, every twist in your journey, it all serves something holy. You see, the divine does not rush healing. And what's being birthed between you two, it's not ordinary. It requires patience, precision, surrender. The angels show the threads that tie you two across time. Some frayed, some tangled, but all of them leading back to this. You didn't miss your moment. You didn't love too soon or too much. You loved exactly as heaven asked you to, fully, freely, faithfully. And now, the delay is not a denial. It's alignment. God is not punishing you. He's preparing him. For love like this can't survive ego. It must be met with courage, with readiness. The angels say, "You have done your part. Now, let the divine do the rest." You are not lost. You are led. And what's meant for you, it will not pass you by. Because what is built in truth will rise again, even from silence. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Proverbs 3 verse 5. He wants to let you in. But wanting and knowing how are two different things. The angels reveal there's a door inside him, not locked but trembling. A door he stood behind for years, afraid that if he opened it, everything he's held together might fall apart. And now, here you are. Not knocking. Not demanding. Just standing there, waiting, glowing, real. That scares him more than rejection ever could. Because for the first time, someone showed up with eyes that didn't require him to perform. You simply saw him. And he didn't know how to survive that kind of exposure. The angels whisper, he wasn't taught that softness was safe. He learned to keep the world at arm's length, even love. So he builds distractions. He clings to logic. He pushes away the very thing he prays for. It's not cruelty. It's protection. You, dear soul, cracked open the vault he didn't know he was guarding. And now, the air feels too thin. The silence, too loud. He wants to speak. But the words come with risk. Of being known. Of being loved. Completely. And that kind of love, the kind you offer, is terrifying to someone who never believed they were worthy of it. The angels say, "Be still." His heart is louder than you think. He's fighting ghosts with every breath. And still, something in him keeps reaching for the light. Yours. Fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by your name. You are mine. Isaiah 43 verse 1. You've done what many wouldn't dare. You loved without demand. You hoped without clinging. You stayed true to your heart, even when the silence echoed louder than words. And now, the angels gather. Not to fix. Not to explain. But to honor you. Because the journey of love isn't always about union. Sometimes, it's about recognition. The soul's ability to see, even in the dark. He may never say it the way you imagined. He may never arrive dressed in clarity, bearing the certainty your heart aches for. But what he feels, it's real. And it changed him. You changed him. Not because you tried, but because you didn't need to. You existed. And that was enough. The angels say, what you gave was sacred. What you felt was holy. And what comes next? That's not up to him. It's up to destiny. There's peace now in letting go of the how. Because what's meant for you has never needed your control. Only your openness. And you, dear soul, have opened time and time again, in a world that tried to teach you to shut down. That is power. That is faith. That is love. He may come back. He may not. But either way, you're whole. The angels leave you with this. You were never too much. You were always the invitation. He just wasn't ready to enter the temple of a love so sacred. Let that be enough for now. What's meant for you will always find its way back. Be still, and know that I am God. Psalm 46 verse 10.